Hello, hello. This is absolutely the best question I've heard in a long, long time, and I'm so glad that you feel comfortable enough to ask it. So when you asked the question, how can I become more popular? The first thing that came to mind was the Broadway play Wicked. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but here's the gist of it. The play is basically based on the Wizard of Oz and about an unlikely friendship that happens between the Good Witch of the North, Glinda, and the Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba. At some point, Elphaba, who in the play is a little socially shy, asks Glinda, who is very sure of herself, about some advice to become a little more popular. What follows, of course, is an awesome song about being popular. Let me just read a couple of lines and then let's get down to how we can become more likable and more popular. Here's how it begins. You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper ploys when you talk to boys, little ways to flirt and flounce. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular. You'll hang with the right cohorts. You'll be good at sports. You'll know the slang you've got to know. It's all about popular. It's not about aptitude. It's the way you're viewed. So it's very shrewd to be very, very popular like me. Of course, I don't fully agree with Miss Glinda here, but if you've never heard of Wicked or listened to the soundtrack, I think you would enjoy it, but I realize that musicals might not be everybody's cup of tea. Okay, a couple more things before I drop some pro tips on how to become more popular and well-liked. I realize that being popular or well-liked by others is a natural desire and something that many people dream about or want to have happen in their school, in their sports, in their team, in their life, etc. It's wonderful when people like us. On the flip side, it's challenging when you feel like others don't like you, don't want to be with you, or don't respect you. This can be a lonely feeling that can leave us wondering if we're ever going to have true friends or meaningful relationships. So if you want to be more popular, this is okay. It's normal. Being popular is one of those things that if we obsess about, if it's the only desire that we have, I think it will actually work against us. What I'm trying to say is this: don't make your focus about being popular or obsessing about how others view you or think of you or whether they admire you or like you. Instead, focus on the things that you can do that can help you to become admired and respected and liked and I guess more popular. It's a focus thing. Focus on what you can do. Focus on how you can improve your talents, your skills, your courage, your social skills, your ability to bring value into people's lives. Focus on being valuable to other people around you. And as you do that, you will most likely find that your popularity will rise. So in other words, don't focus and try to manage what other people think and feel about you, because that will absolutely drive you mad and paranoid. But instead, focus on how to manage and build you, and you will indirectly become more popular. Okay, so let's talk about what skills and abilities you can focus and work on that will increase your popularity. Right? One more quick thing. Remember that popularity is subjective. What I mean by that is that what you think is popular, or what Betsy Sue thinks is popular, or what Trayvon thinks is popular are totally different things. Remember that you are not here to entertain the whole world. Realize with a smile that not every person will prefer you, admire you, choose to be with you, or agree with you. It's okay to not be the center of people's universe. There's a whole world full of people out there who will absolutely dig you and love you, but it won't be the whole world. So when others pass on you or choose somebody else or straight up ignore you, just realize that that is what's expected. And because you have a correct expectation, you can move on instead of staying stuck in your head thinking to yourself,
why doesn't this person like me?
And instead you'll just realize,
hey, this is normal. People get to choose their circle of friends. They get to choose who to follow, like, and admire, and I don't have to be the choice for everyone, so I can move on and move forward.
Okay, enough of this. Let's get to the tips, tip boy. All right, here they are. Tip number 1, be optimistic and positive about life and about people. When we approach life in an optimistic way and we treat others in a positive light, this is an incredibly attractive skill that will bring people around you and make it easy for them to be around you. Your positive perspective and mindset will attract others to you, in part because they'll feel safe around you. Behavior behaviors and strategies like complaining about life and others, finding fault, gossiping, and criticizing others is one of those skills that will not gain you a lot of popularity. So if you're finding yourself only seeing the negative in others, blaming others, complaining all the time, and being pessimistic, it's time to reconsider your skills and strategies and try optimism instead. Tip number 2, invest your time, focus, and energy into building and expanding your interests and talents. Look, from Taylor Swift to Picasso to Logic to Tom Holland to Mother Teresa to Muhammad Ali to Alex Morgan, all of these individuals dedicated, committed a considerable amount of time learning and expanding their skills and talents. Skills and talents are attractive. Seeing someone's effort, dedication, and their ability to perform is something that will attract a lot of people to you, and that will increase your popularity. One very short note here. I need you to clear out the cobwebs in your brain right now if you're getting caught up in the kind of self-talk that says,
I just don't have any talents or skills or anything worthwhile to give.
Listen up. I don't care what you have or don't have, but I know with 100% certainty that you can build, you can expand, and develop any interest that you may have, whether it is rock climbing, sprinting, playing the piano, painting a picture, singing, acting, or writing. The world is before you. And don't convince yourself that there isn't anything that you can do, because there is. But it often requires time, effort, patience, and a commitment to engage in the process of learning and developing something. Don't get stuck in your head thinking,
Well, I just don't know what my interests are.
Who cares? Just pick 1 or 2 or 3 things and add them to your life. Tip number 3, be a giver and a helper. Listen to me. In this life, you have to be a giver. Do not be a taker. Don't be a mooch. Practice the simple concept of leaving people, places, and things better than how you found them. Offer to help people with their homework, with their dishes, with a tough situation, with their life, and you will always be welcome, invited, and sought out. So when you see your buddies or siblings or family members or teachers or coaches or even perfect strangers, do what you can to leave them better and shining brighter. Tip number 4, go into life confidently. Okay, I realize that you may not feel confident about a lot of things. This is normal. But I want you to know that you can build and nurture your confidence in just about anything. And I usually write this out in a simple equation, which is time plus experience plus repetition equals confidence. So go into life with a growth perspective that nothing is out of your reach, that with a little time and a little effort, you can create and grow genius. Go into life realizing that any skill, talent, or aptitude can be grown and nurtured inside of you, period. Quit with the limiting thoughts and ideas. Realize that failure and errors are a natural part of the growth process and not a determination of who you are and who you're going to be forever. Got it? Tip 5, take a shot. All the people that I mentioned above and every other person in this life that has reached any form of popularity had to at some point take a risk or take a shot. At some point, you have to take the songs that have been playing inside your head or that you've been practicing in your room or in the shower, and you have to take the risk and place them in front of others and be open to their criticism. You have to get in the game. You have to try out. You have to ask someone to that dance, to that date, to hang out, or to do something. You have to send it knowing that the future or that the luck favors the bold or favors those who take chances. So remember that. Tip number 6, be open to criticism and feedback, but also be willing to develop your own style and creativity. Look, it is one of the great characteristics of success in life to learn to receive feedback, criticism, and to be coachable, period. Quit being so dang resistant and offended every time someone critiques or provides some feedback. In fact, instead of being offended, just listen, consider the message, and get better. That being said, though, there is something remarkable and very inspiring about people who develop themselves, who look in and do the work, who develop a unique style that transcends the opinions of what is popular in the moment or the opinions of others and is able to focus on creating something new, something individual, something unique. One of my favorite quotes is, "The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man." So be open, but also be unreasonable and create something new. Tip number 7, be friendlier. The other day I saw this sticker that I just loved, and it simply said, "Be more dog." It was simple and brilliant. There's a reason why dogs are so beloved throughout the world, why they bring so much joy and comfort to people. There's a reason why we're so attracted to dogs, and that reason is their enthusiasm, their friendliness, and remarkable loyalty to us. My friend, be more dog and watch your popularity and likability rise. Thanks for listening in. One final thought for the road. Remember that popularity is not the goal. Of course not. Whether you're popular or not, it is not a representation of your worth, your value, or what you will bring to the world. Instead, if you maintain your focus on the things that I proposed in those tips, you will live a rich and accomplished life with good friends, relationships, and if you engage deeply into skills and talents, man, these will allow you to give and contribute to the world and provide lots of enjoyment to those around you. And then, yes, you will find yourself to be a rare person that others will want to emulate and be around, simply because when they are around you, they will feel lifted, inspired, better, and loved. Now get out there and be popular.